Hey, everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Well, hi, you guys. This wonderful Sunday afternoon almost.
Sunday afternoon. Yeah, Sunday afternoon for us, for everybody in the United States of
Not bad.
America. Well, I mean, Hawaii. Hawaii's behind us, so it's not afternoon for them yet.
No, I guess not, huh?
Well, aloha to our fans in Hawaii. Hello to the General Hospital fandom that exists in such a
I wonder
paradise.
if we got a listener in Hawaii. I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Jacarius. Well, Jacarius, I was just sitting there staring at our channel, just waiting for the notification to pop up.
Well, Jacarius, I tell you, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're right there. Oh, I just love you.
No, every time. One of the first, every time. So thank you. Yes, Jacarius. Hey, Judy. Happy Sunday to you as well.
Hey, Judy.
Hey. We'll give him a minute. We'll give him a minute to load in. We're
Yeah,
holding the
give me
elevator
just a
doors
second
open for
before I
people.
start talking about what a good time I had
I
yesterday.
know. Jacarius is planning on going to a fan convention next month. Which one, Jacarius? Is it the one in Graceland? That'd be fun.
Ooh, I would love to go to
I
that.
know you
Good
would. I mean, it
gravy,
would
man.
just,
That would be like,
you'd get to go to
ooh, I want to do
Graceland.
that someday so bad.
You'd get to go to Graceland, and it'd have a General Hospital theme
Yes.
to it. I mean, that's like a
That's like
match
a
made in
twofer.
heaven.
It's a twofer.
It's a twofer. Yes, the
It
one at Graceland Jacari says. Well, have a great time. Maybe write us something, record us something, contribute to the 10th floor. We'll put it on somehow.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't it? Oh,
Yeah, but live correspondent from Memphis, Tennessee,
you,
Jacarius from the 10th floor.
yeah, you guys for us. That'd be wonderful. Maybe someday you can go again and we'll meet you there.
That would be really cool. We like we
What?
said last week, we really got to make some partnerships with some of these like coastal entertainment places and stuff, so we can just host the Q&As. We can be that dude. Remember that dude from the GH convention that was there, just sitting on the, just being like, so last year, Sasha went through a lot of trouble. This year, Sasha's gone through even more trouble. Sophia
Yeah, I
Hudson, how do
remember.
you feel about having to cry every week? You know? Irma's here. DC Soap Sanctuary's here. Everybody's here. Look at that. Look at that.
Is Daisy there yet? Because she's our
I
historian.
know. I know. I'm sure she'll pop in. I'm sure she'll pop in.
Daisy's historian, right?
Unless 11 o'clock is the prime hour for her. I don't know. We're an hour late
Maybe.
today. An
Yeah,
hour
we're
late
an
today.
hour
An
late.
hour late today.
It's all Matt's fault.
Yeah, you know what happens. We got lives. We got lives. We got lives.
Yeah,
We got lives.
we
I
sure
have a
did.
life. I mean,
We need to have a life.
activities. I live in Los Angeles, the heart of activity.
Well, we have to have a life, gosh. We have something else other than this 1 hour and a half a week, right?
I know, right?
But
Right?
oh, I look forward to this hour and a half though.
Well, I mean, you have some personal fun to tell us about something that you did last night,
Yesterday afternoon, the two
yesterday
o'clock.
afternoon. Yeah. So you went to Sacramento. You went to the Punchline Sacramento, and
I
there
went,
was Laura Wright and Cameron Matheson, also known as Carly and Drew from General Hospital. Yeah.
yes, I went and saw them. Ran into some other podcasters, which was really cool.
Yeah, I think Sunday
Ran
Shift
over,
was there.
yep, ran over to them and said it's because they had VIP. Well, I did
Mm-hmm.
not. So I ran over to them before they kicked us out.
Right.
I told your dad, I gotta go say hello to these ladies. So I ran over to him. Hey, you guys, I just want to meet other podcasters.
Yeah, they tweeted. They said that you were very sweet, and they had met you there, and met Dad, or you were there with Dad.
I was there. Well, I told him, I said, oh, Matthew's not here,
Mm-hmm.
but I am here with his father.
Right.
But your dad had run off to the bathroom already.
Oh well,
But that's okay.
whatever, whatever. I
Whatever.
mean, with those MetroCourt drinks, they just flush right through you.
He didn't have a Metricore drink.
Oh, but you did. You had
I
a
did.
MetroCourt cocktail thing.
I did it.
Was that?
I was happy to get it, but
I'm
it was
sure.
drinkable. That's
I'm
about all
sure
I
it's
gotta
just a
say.
Punchline drink that they just renamed for the night.
Well, of course they did because I actually found it on the menu.
Well, there you go.
I did. Yeah.
So give us the skinny, Ma. What'd they do? What'd they say? What'd they talk
So,
about? What did they reveal?
oh, okay. Well, let me tell you about it. They came on the stage together. They didn't come separately. They both just
Mm-hmm.
came up together. They talked about their own careers. Some, how they have known each other for a very long time, because they used to film across from each other. All My Children, She Was Unloving.
Yeah.
So they've known each other for decades already, even though they haven't actually been on a soap together till now.
Right.
But they've been swimming around each other for a while.
It'll give us a second. It'll be fine.
I can hear you.
That's good. I touched my microphone. It's temperamental. But they just like the DC Soap Sanctuary, haha. The ABC Soap Weekend, like all of those actors were able to talk to each other and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they talked about the beginning of their career, and how they got their jobs, how Cameron got his job at All My Children, how she got her job at Loving, and both of them were just kind of like, just weren't counting on it at all,
Yeah.
Gonna go to the audition, but nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen.
I haven't gotten more roles than I've got.
So, but Laura was still working at her dad's gas station and was worried about getting the heck out of there because she had to get up at 4 a.m. to open the gas station.
Yeah, okay.
She was worried about being late to work for her dad's gas station the next morning, and she was really young. So they talked about that, and what they talked about story is they did give a little spoiler.
Uh-oh, everybody, spoiler alert. Turn on your speakers if you don't want to hear it.
I mean, it's not a spoiler that we don't really see coming.
I mean, of course. I mean,
they're not going to give away them deep dark secrets.
Of course not.
But so Drew, he going to run off to Jacksonville.
Of course.
And he said that he's going to lose his shirt. Not in a monetary way.
Just right there on Carly's adoptive mom's grave, Sunny style.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. We have another Avery on our way.
All right. So, okay. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, of course, Drew is going to wind up in Jacksonville. They're not going to just have Carly do her whole thug thistle out there without anything. I mean, even Sunny in Nixon Falls wound up with Neener.
Yeah. So they talked about the show some.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but they talked about the show. They talked. Someone asked him about like how can you like manipulate the script at all, or and they said no, not really.
No,
not really. And some people do like to do that, but they said they try to give the other person a heads up. Hey, I'm going to change this.
I know what you're talking about. I just go out there and I just put the scene on, just to be some bullet points. We're gonna get it done.
Exactly. And I said, but not loud enough for them to hear me because I don't want to interrupt them.
Right.
I said, in a lower voice, well, that's not that, except for Ken. Right. But they said that they actually a lot of actors don't really appreciate something like that because it throws them off.
Yeah.
They knew what they were supposed to say next.
Yeah, especially those disrespectful new actors.
Yeah. So what you just said kind of throws me off because this is what I'm supposed to say.
Right.
Kind of thing. So they talked about that some, and Laura says, no, I don't really, they said, we really can't manipulate things. And he said, the most we can get by with is really like, hey, I'm doing a personal appearance tomorrow, like on a Friday afternoon. I'm doing a personal appearance tomorrow. I really need to try to get on a flight this afternoon. Is there any way I can get out of here a little bit early on Friday? Because, other stuff. Or like they can, especially since Laura is there so much.
Yeah.
And has so
really, she has to be on set a lot, huh?
Yeah. And she says, sometimes I will try to just she says, just where I can get my own life in order and make appointments.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But then again, she said, it's not like the old days. We have a lot of time off compared to back in the day where, she says back in the day, and Cameron said the same, when they filmed in sequence and whatnot. And there was just a lot more rehearsal and just a lot more time on the set and a lot more time at the studio.
Yeah.
they were saying that, they would hardly have any time off. They would have off like Thanksgiving and the day after and Christmas Day. And if you were lucky, you got out of there at noon on Christmas Eve.
So only Jonathan Jackson, huh? You said if you're lucky.
Oh, so yeah, they were saying, so there is a lot more time than there used to be.
Right.
So half the time that they were there, they actually had questions and answers.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time.
Might as well, right?
Yeah. And so I was able to ask a question.
Which one? Was it as good as the questions that I asked at the General Hospital convention?
I tried.
Okay. I mean, you got to make the most of those moments. Don't ask them what their favorite time on the show was. Come on, you can get that from any interview.
And I'm sitting next to your dad, so you'll understand this when I tell the story a little bit. So I'm sitting next to your dad, and I had an opportunity to ask a question, and I said to Laura, Laura, I just really, first I said, I'm half of the 10th floor, Mama Cat from the 10th floor podcast.
Yeah.
I said, Laura, I just love the way you Mama Bear.
Uh-huh.
And I love that aspect of your character. I just absolutely love it. You go to bat for your kids like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
And, just told her how much I like her.
Yeah.
And then I said to Cameron, but Cameron, what I want to know from you is, I said, really, my question is for you. I said, I have, and I pointed to your dad, I got a silver fox of my own right here.
Woo!
I said, so when character Mia, your wife, was there in the Metro Court doing, and you guys are business acquaintances there, how do you not have chemistry with her?
Uh-huh.
How do you not? And he didn't really quite answer the way I thought he would, because he kind of answered it in a character way. And I'm like, no. I mean, like, that's your wife sitting across from you. How do you not just have that vibe?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it was hard for her because she's not an actress. And it was Frank's idea to have her there and, portray Mia.
Yeah.
And he said she was very nervous, and we ran lines for 7 days at home. But he said, but it was super, super fun, and and challenging for her, and just she was immersed in my world for a little bit. And really
that's
part
going to
of
be
it.
a fun little bonding experience for the couple then.
Yeah, and just really be part of it.
Yeah.
So he said, that was really cool. And he says, but it's interesting you say that, because we did have a couple of fans that didn't know that that's Vanessa, my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have such good chemistry with this Mia girl? So it did protect a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, there was definitely comfort there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, that was cool. It sounds like it was a great time.
It was a great
Did you get to do anything else?
Did I get to do it? Yes, I got to.
Okay.
I got to talk to them one more time.
Oh,
and
okay.
So I said to Laura, Laura, I really think you ought to tell Frank Valentini.
Yes.
Said, I really think you ought to do this. Tell Frank Valentini, wouldn't it be great to have a retrospective episode of Carly right now?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like they did with Luke.
Yeah.
To tell your backstory of your childhood in the same kind of way they did with Luke, which would be so cool.
Yeah.
And I said, I think the audience would love to see it.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I would love to do it. And I said, I love doing Luke's episode because I played his mother.
Yeah, she did. Yes.
Yeah. She said, I played his mother in that episode, and it was super fun. And she said, I remember the director telling me, too much Carly's shining through. You have to remember, this is the 50s with a 50s housewife that's completely abused, basically, and just treated poorly by her husband, and she's just trying to please. And he said, Carly's just coming through, even though you're not playing Carly. I'm not saying you're doing Carly, but it's coming out a little too much. You got to be a little more submissive.
Mm-hmm.
you know, she said, but it was super cool because it was so different. And she said,
Yeah.
all of us just loved doing that episode. But she said, I honestly think, she said, I don't know how most of the fans would feel about it, honestly, because, you know, you guys get a lot of Carly.
It's very true.
She said, you guys get a lot of Carly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that you want to see a complete retrospective hour of Carly.
1 hour of just Carly. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it is true that Twitter would revolt. They're like, oh my God, she dominates the show, and then there's nobody else on this episode but her.
But you know what? I think at this period, but I said this too. I said, but in this period of time in the story
Yeah. Yeah, it would
with
make
Jacksonville
sense. Mm-hmm.
and so much referral to your childhood,
Yeah.
this is a perfect timing for it.
It would be a perfect
I said,
timing
so
for it.
please go to Frank and tell him anyway.
What if they already did it? Wouldn't that be wild?
Wouldn't that be wild?
Wouldn't that be wild?
That's not the
Okay,
impression I got.
because Nancy Lee Grahn, okay. Oh boy.
Stop touching it or get a
I didn't mean to. It was the cable this time. I'm sorry, everybody. Hi,
Oh,
everybody.
that felt weird
Back
to
the
tell
10th
Matthew
Lords.
to stop touching it. Oh, goodness.
Welcome back to the 10th Lords. Me, man. Anyway, I was transitioning into the show somehow, and now I've just totally been thrown.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun, you guys.
It's super fun.
I don't know if they did a super great job at promoting this thing they did yesterday.
No, not really.
Because you know, I didn't even see it like 4 or 5 days before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see these this weekend." I'm like, well, what this weekend?
Yeah, because I didn't hear about it until, you know, like I think I saw it on Monday.
Yeah.
They were going to be there on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't at the capacity I think it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
There was plenty of people there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, there was
more at Stone Cold and the Jackal.
Well, Stone Cold and the Jackal is always sold out there.
Yeah.
It's a very small venue too, you guys.
Yeah.
But it was about half full.
Yeah.
About half full. But it was a lot of fun. Tons of fun.
Oh man!
And you know what I love about Laura too? People asked about how you cry. You know, how do you cry? You know, Carly's like a champion crier.
Yeah.
And she said that she's just able to do that because she says she says I can't tell you guys the story really well unless you can like really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't make you feel it, and the way I'm going to make you feel it is through my eyes, regardless of the emotion.
Yeah.
So she says, I'm just able to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why
it's
I can
talent.
She said, I don't know why I can auto cry, but I can.
I get that. I get that concept. There's just certain performative things that somebody can do. They can just do, and they can't really even teach it to anybody else. You know.
But I tell you what, you guys, Laura Wright is just a very, and Matthew and I found this, and when we went in March as well to the convention, she loves her fans.
Yeah, she really loves being on the show.
She really loves being on the show, and she loves us. She loves the fans, and she really does see the importance of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And like when she answered my question, you know, she just looked directly at me, and even though we're several feet apart,
appreciating the engagement.
Yes, and you just tell that, you know, being there yesterday was not a pain in the ass for her.
Yeah. You know
what I mean?
Right. Totally. And you can get the sense, like you said at the GH convention, you got that sense from her. You got that sense from Maurice Bernard. He was one of like the most pleasant people to get the autograph from.
Oh yeah, we engaged for a little while and talked to him.
Yeah, you know, and we're podcasters. We know how to kiss a little tuchus. You know, it's not like we went up to these people and we're like, I hated what you did in Nixon Falls. You know. No. But you know, he very happy to be there. Very happy to be on the show, and I think that comes through on their tweets as well. And now that's what I was talking about when my microphone went out. Was Nancy Lee Grahn on Twitter had an hour to herself waiting for a flight or something.
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Hey, ask me anything. Ask me some questions." And she let loose, mother. As she just found out the other day who the hook killer is. You know what that means to me?
Huh?
We getting like a month and a half of hook killing.
Well, actually, they did state yesterday that currently they are one month ahead.
Okay.
They did state that
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah. So Nancy Lee Brown said that she, the actress, just found out who the hook killer was yesterday, quote unquote, from the day that she made this tweet. Now, does that mean she just, somebody told her, or she had a scene where Alexis finds out? I don't know which one is which.
Well, I tell you what, though, at the clip that they got to find out who the killer is in a month's time, because
Mm-hmm.
at the clip they're killing or hooking people, you go through the whole cast.
You can't go that long.
Right?
You can't go
Because
that long.
the person is hooking somebody like every other day.
I mean, yeah, we're about to have a third victim. Unless Diane turns around and has some sort of like kung fu fighting, or somebody jumps in the
Oh,
way.
yeah. You didn't see no previews, did you?
Oh no, of course I don't see previews.
Well, the preview shows Diane with a bunch of blood on her.
Oh well, yeah, she gets hooked then.
She gets hooked.
Oh no! Oh
And that's not a
no!
spoiler because it was in the previews.
Yeah. I don't get previews because I'm watching it on the not live Hulu.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh man, oh Diane.
I'm recording the live Hulu.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it, though. Okay, Diane is a great character to kill because she's connected, but it also wouldn't like completely change everything on General Hospital.
No, I realize that. I mean, I realize why she's a good victim. I do that. I do. But Frank Valentini, you better not.
See,
And
here's the thing, though.
If you already did, shame on you.
And you can't be an effective killer if you're not killing characters that people are emotionally invested in or like seeing.
And at the same time, though, I thought, well, if they do kill her off, Carolyn Hennessy is busy.
Yeah. She's doing a play right now.
She's busy. She's a busy woman. She got all kinds of other irons on fire all the time. Yeah. So,
fine. You'll see it around. You can watch Studio City, even though they make you pay for it now. But you can watch Studio City.
Even though,
I hope they don't do a Dynasty equivalent of the Moldovan Massacre. Ma, do you know Dynasty and the Moldovan Massacre?
I don't.
Chandra does not want to see an equivalent. So, I mean, Moldovan Massacre, I'm going to assume that it's where they just wipe out just a bunch of people. I'm sure they did something on like Sons of Anarchy or something like that similarly.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones, very famous for the Red Wedding, took out an entire family off of that show.
Well, I don't want... I'm just not going to be happy if Diane is dead. I'm just not.
I know you like her too much.
I like her so much.
Yeah.
I like her so much. And she's just so assertive, and she's just so sassy and so confident and so smart. And she's never crying and dying about a stupid boy either.
No, she isn't.
I love Diane.
She's gonna be crying and dying over a hook being in her belly, though.
Oh man.
Oh, well, I mean,
anyway, speaking of her,
she also had her goodbye scenes pretty much where, she was like, "Hey, Sonny, I could have gone a lot harder on you. It's okay, Diane. We're friends, right?" Yeah, of course.
I like the way she always stands up to Sonny too.
Yeah.
And her scenes this week, I loved her scenes with Alexis.
Yeah.
Because she rolled her eyes at Alexis when she was talking about Kristina, because, golly, Alexis, come on. How could you be that smart and be such a dumb mom? Come on.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh, man.
So I loved her conversation with Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
And just her body language, and it was just funny. I just loved it.
Yeah.
And I loved her scenes with Sonny, too. And, I do think they had some closure. So, the last thing that Sonny said to her was thank you.
Yeah. Very much like, Brando's kind of last conversations with Sasha and Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be good for Diane. It's just not looking good for Diane. But the chat is agreeing with, they love Diane. They don't want to see her go. Even Jacarius likes Diane, and he's a hard sell, So, awesome.
I don't want her to die.
I know, it's going to be so sad. It's going to be
just, there's nobody else like her on the show.
No, they'll have to bring somebody else in that's like her. And then Brando died this week, I mean, spoiler alert if you didn't watch it. If you didn't watch it, why are you watching us? I don't know. That's crazy.
I'm sure y'all know that.
Yeah,
Right?
Brando died, Ma. It was tragic and heartbreaking.
It was.
At least Sophia Mattson's lines are easy. Like they've been really easy to remember the last couple of months. Sasha cries. Sasha cries. Sasha cries.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Lissa's here. Lissa's back.
She's gonna have to. Hi, Lissa. So she's gonna have to get a new guardian, right?
I guess. Or am I going to prison?
So
Hey, it's Uncle Sonny. I'm here to protect you, Sasha.
well, he could get guardianship.
I promise I'm not going to
So
slip
did
you the
Glass.
Sonny's willy. I promise.
So did Glass. And Laura said something about Brando's demise yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, don't, she said, because people were disappointed that he's gone,
Mm-hmm.
were there yesterday. And she said, you guys, but, yes, we're going to be so disappointed that he's gone. But she says, but it's going to lead into more story.
Yes, always.
Which is good news for you, Matt, because that makes me think that Gladys is maybe not going to be gone.
I hope so. I need honestly I was thinking about it the other day, and listen, I'm a podcaster. I think about General Hospital when I'm not watching it, and I was thinking about it, and at this point in the story, I want Sasha to be the one that gets this "I know what you did last summer" killer. Like, I want her to be the one that pumps him full of lead.
Yeah.
I want Sasha to be just at this point in the story.
It was funny when they showed the hooker
Mm-hmm.
approaching Diane and showed a shadow. They purposely made it look like he had one of those bucket hats on, but the killer does not wear a bucket hat. So the shadow looked like I know what you did last summer.
It's a total homage.
Right? It did.
Yeah, it's an
but
homage.
The killer wears a hoodie.
Yeah.
A bucket hat.
Yeah, because the last couple of weeks we've been talking about how like my generation is now the target demo for things, and the music from when I was a teenager is prevalent in advertising and such. And then now we have this hook killer that's very reminiscent of "I Know What You Did Last Summer." Some people say blatant ripoff. I say homage because it's not a blatant rip anyway.
No, it's not a blatant. No,
it's an homage.
Yeah, it is.
But I also thought, like age-wise, the people who are contributing to these stories and these advertisements and such are my age.
Well, and they have, and they do need a target audience of your age. They do, or younger, because old folks like us ain't gonna be here forever.
It's true. It's true. So, anyway, so I think that the influences of the things that we enjoyed when we were younger are, starting to come out in other art forms today, like homages to hook killers from "I Know What You Did Last Summer." Frank Valentini's only got to be 10 years older than me. I don't know. I'm guessing he could be 58 for all I know. We need Gladys as much as Sasha does, says Chandra. Oh. That's nice.
Well, I did get the impression yesterday Gladys is not going to be gone.
I really hope that's the case.
because the way Laura said it was not, it will tell story, but she said it will tell story for his family. Family is Gladys.
I know. I mean, unless they decided that Carly and Sonny are closer to Brando. But whatever. Man, excuse me, everybody.
Just don't hit your mic again.
I'm trying not to. Oh gosh, Diane's Melissa. Do you want me to call you Melissa now that you changed your name? But let me know. But Lissa says Diane is the only character they write who remains consistent to her character at all times. We need Diane. She's our sanity. She is kind of the straight man to everybody else's chaos, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh man, I just really think that if they have Diane die, they're making a mistake. I really do. And yes, you're right. What you said earlier about, she is a character that, I don't know. Yeah, you can lose her and not expect everything else.
No.
Right?
Right. And she's also this fence character as well, because we don't know if this hook killer is after people who are related to Trina or people who are related to Sonny. Because right now everybody that's been attacked was either, Brando was in the wrong place or connected to Sonny. And then, Ava, and then now Diane also connected to Trina and the whole Esme situation. Um, I don't know. It's just
Another,
still too obvious for me. I don't like that one.
it can't be Dexter. Um, no, he's a hearing. There's no way it's Dexter.
No, it's not Dex. It's not Dex
What I did notice yesterday, though, the person's stature is not big.
I just don't want it to be Esme. I'm gonna be disappointed if it's Esme. That's all.
You want to be surprised.
Oh yeah, I want it to be like, oh my god, but I also don't want it to be like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think either way, no matter what, I'm just setting myself up for disappointment, and so I should just think it's Esme the entire time.
Well, maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I did notice though the person's stature is not real big.
No. Tiny people. Tiny people. It's Erica Kane.
Well,
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't
that be something? Let's see. Leanne doesn't want Finn to be the hero, but he better save Diane.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking, okay. So now they know about the poison on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Finn's going to be there. So and that does his infectious disease thing, right?
Yes.
So maybe by the time they bring in Diane, they're going to know how to treat something like that as well, and she'll survive.
They need to get the sample from Diane, but he's like, oh no, if we do this, the chances of her dying rocket up by 85%. And then Diane's like, do it, we gotta catch this bastard. And they bleep it because it's ABC daytime.
Actually, I think you can say bastard. I would be more okay. Nothing against Michael Easton. I like Michael Easton. But I'd be okay with him getting hooked and dying before Diane.
Oh my gosh. Hey Victoria. Victoria suggests that there might be 2 killers. Now that's something that I've seen a couple of times out there in the world as well.
Oh, that could be like an original and then a copycat.
They're like well, that was a thought on something. I don't remember exactly who. Anyway, it was when Jordan was sneaking up on Anna with the hook that she had bought from the hardware store. And I guess in the preview, because I don't see the previews, but I guess in the preview they had set that up like the hook killer was going after Anna.
Yes.
And so Twitter was just abuzz and ablaze over how the hook was in the wrong hand, and maybe this is a copycat that Victor sent to make it seem like the hook killer got Anna and did it, and it wound up just being, Jordan.
And Jordan, what kind of dummy gonna walk around with a hook just exposed when everyone's looking for somebody with a hook?
Chief of police.
Well, yeah, but not everybody in town knows exactly what she looks like. And they could be vigilante. Oh, there's a hook killer. Boom.
See, Melissa's talking about how it could be Nell. Now that's something I heard about as well. My problem with Nell is the targets.
Yeah.
Like Nell would be going like we would find out that Jax has been killed in Australia off screen.
Boy, that would frost Ingo's
tips.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh goodness. Daisy is 100% sure that it's Esme. Hey Daisy, welcome back.
Daisy, we're starting the show. We mentioned you because we need you. You're our historian.
Oh goodness gracious. But I mean, Carly's pretty safe right now. I mean, she's just got to stay in Jacksonville. And Sonny called her, right? Sonny told her about it.
Yeah, Sonny called her and told her and really encouraged her to stay where she's at.
Mm-hmm.
Which it makes sense for her to stay where she's at, but it doesn't make sense as Carly to stay where she's at.
No. I mean, so I get what's happening, trying to give Carly a story away from everybody else about her past.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, Queen of Plastic Surgery, Mrs. Thibodeau, whatever her name was. You know who I'm talking about, the lady, the mean one.
Oh yeah. Honeycutt.
Yeah, Mrs. Honeycutt.
Robert's Honeycutt.
Mrs. Honeycutt. Mrs. Honeycutt was right. She was like, "Where you been the last 10 years, worrying about your mother?"
Oh my gosh! Ooh, terrible woman. She's gonna get hers evidently. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she will. She's no match for Carly.
Listen here, Carly. I mean, you're always just meddling. Mrs. Honeycutt was right. You haven't been there in 10 years, and now you're gonna be like, oh, don't put the highway here. How dare you move my adoptive mom? You haven't been here. You didn't even know this was happening until days before they were gonna. They've already moved half of the graveyard, Carly.
We'll
You're
make her
you're
move it back.
you're too late.
Make her move it back. Ugh, I can't stand her. But that's okay. We're not supposed to be able to stand her, right?
You're right.
That character's supposed to be quite hateable. Quite hateable.
Chandra, you're totally right. She says, I think the only reason Carly isn't going back to Port Charles is because she wants to get at Mrs. Honeycutt right now. Yes.
Well, yeah, she wants to get at Mr. Honeycutt.
I gotta
She
stop
wants to
Mrs.
bang,
Honeycutt before I can go save
wants,
my family from a hooker.
and forgive me, but she wants Drew to get there where she can bang him in Jacksonville too.
Oh gosh, and then Drew's gonna have to show up and save the day using his Navy SEAL training.
Well, yeah, I'm all for an adventure anyway.
Yeah,
I like it.
Why not? Speedboats.
And
Speedboats.
it
Ooh,
is
in the Glades. They
different.
need to go to the Florida Everglades and go on one of those swamp boats with the big fans in the back.
That's fun.
That would be
I
cool.
want one of them.
It'd be really cool. They should do that.
One of them in Louisiana. That's cool.
She wants that mailbox rule with Drew. What does that mean, Leanne? Let's see here. Yeah, so, whatever, So Carly's going to be safe from the hook, but she's not going to be safe from catty fighting.
No. And I've enjoyed those scenes, though.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I've enjoyed those scenes. And I think it's cool to see Carly do something else. I mean, sure, come on, you guys. Carly's going to be on the screen, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were complimenting. I saw some compliments over the fact that this story's good because it's Carly's story. She's not getting involved in Michael's. She's not getting involved in Sunny's. She's not getting involved in Nina's. It's her own thing. They're not sticking her in the new investing in the ELQ merger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. That's cool. That's nice. That's fine. Maybe in Florida that's where she finds out that Cameron Matheson is actually not Drew, and he's convinced everybody that he is, but he had plastic surgery to look like Drew, and he's really
he's gonna rip off a skin and be Billy Miller.
I'm really a Cassadine.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. That'd be wild. What happens in Jax stays in Jax. What is going on with you today, Leanne? Did you a little couple to two mimosas at the brunch today? I think from Leanne. I think that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Let's see. What's up with Chad Duell, Melissa? Chad Duell was on Maurice's show. He's been replaced. Oh, he had heart troubles. COVID heart troubles is what it turned out to be.
Oh.
So you know how Chad Duell caught the COVID, and he missed that little bit of time, but I guess he had some sort of additional symptom, like Holly had, but not like long COVID, but just like something that messed with his heart a little.
I ran into an acquaintance at the store that I hadn't seen in a long time, someone I'd worked with a couple of days. And she's currently not working because she had a heart attack caused by COVID.
Oh, dear. See, stay away from it, folks. Wear your mask, wash your hands.
Goodness gracious. So, yeah. So, it's hopefully, gratefully, it's not widespread, but that kind of stuff can happen.
Well, just cross our fingers that everybody stays healthy. Krista. Hey, Krista. I think this is the first time I remember reading your name in the chat. So hi, welcome to the show. She's got a theory.
Oh, what's the theory?
She's got a theory about the Hook Killer and how it ties into the Elizabeth and Finn story.
Okay, let's hear it.
Krista wonders, posits, theorizes even, that potentially the Hook Killer could be Finn's not dead ex-wife, Reiko.
Well, I don't see why not. General Hospital, no one ever dies.
You're right. That, or it's either Esme's nanny or the woman for Pawtuck harassing Austin. A couple of different theories Krista's contributing to the show today, and all of them positive.
All those are good too, because it gives us, it's a relevant character that we just haven't been oversaturated with already.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%. So, I mean, I've always heard of Reiko. Reiko was the wife that Finn lost before he even came to the show, right?
Well, yeah, and they have reference to her
Mm-hmm.
a few times
Yeah.
because he supposedly he lost her to the venom thing,
The disease,
the poison thing that he had, the
the,
whatever he had.
the disease that he had, that also Greenlee had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that she died from it,
Uh,
supposedly.
and then they cured it with the lizard DNA.
Yes, and he was addicted to that crap because
Yeah,
he had to do
yeah.
it because yeah, and then she wound up dying. But they didn't, they never depicted that she had. I know it's all ridiculous. If you say it's not ridiculous if you don't say it out loud, just don't
Right.
say it out,
It's plausible when you're watching
right?
it.
Ah, anyway, they'd have to rewrite history a little bit, or just what they were going to play it off as they just didn't reveal everything
Well,
before.
I mean, they already are rewriting history. Apparently,
Yeah,
potentially, Reiko was the one that was tossed down the stairs. Now, also,
yeah.
Elizabeth's kind of an unreliable witness at the moment because she's going nuts.
Hmm.
And she might have, in her brain, replaced Reiko with somebody else.
Maybe.
Or replaced somebody else with Reiko, with the visage of Reiko. Sure, I'm sure she's seen a picture.
But she's well, maybe she said that she'd never seen it, but she said you've never said anything about her. So I don't think she's seen a picture of her
I don't
previously.
know.
And she did that sketch before she saw the photo.
That's true. That is true.
Right?
Hmm. So Elizabeth threw Reiko down the stairs and then
No,
covered
I
it
don't
up.
think so. I think that figure at the top of the stairs did was probably Jeff or Sarah.
See, the timeline is hard though because all of this stuff's supposed to have happened in like 1997
Mm-hmm.
when Elizabeth. So like, how old is Finn?
And well, yeah, well, and Liz was, I mean, I don't know. I didn't like look it up, but in 1997, she wasn't off screen, was she?
Like, if I think she joined the show in 96, 97.
Okay, so it'd have to be like right before she showed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't tried to
Uh-huh.
figure it out. You know me though. I'm a loser.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'll accept whatever it is. Bend history to match what you're trying to tell
Yeah.
today. Whatever, who cares?
But you know what?
Um,
There was one scene I found interesting with Elizabeth this
oh,
week that I thought, kind of made me suspicious of Kevin a little bit. Because when she came back to see Kevin, he tried to like shoo her off at first.
mm-hmm. Well, I
It
mean, they
was,
didn't have a scheduled appointment.
yeah, but he did. But that's Elizabeth though. And his connection to Elizabeth is quite close because
Oh,
of Laura.
I don't know. I
So
don't. We're gonna have to see what happens.
I just didn't seem it didn't seem he was anxious enough to help her.
Hmm. He doesn't
And
care.
he didn't really he didn't have a lot of empathy on his face either.
Hmm.
When she came back to him, I don't know, just made me a little suspicious.
Alyssa, my goodness gracious, you make me laugh so much every time. She says Kevin's allowed to have his Candy Crush time. She's interrupted him in his phone app games. Too funny, Lissa. Thank you again. Could Reiko be a woo? Potentially. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? um, uh, goodness. Or Reiko is Esme's nanny? Or Reiko is the woman from Patak. See, there we go. Reiko could be anybody. They could just stick Reiko wherever they want. Clearly, they've cast somebody.
Yeah, she's had a
So,
scene at the bottom of the stairs.
right. So we're either going to get her coming to town or we're going to get more and more and more flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
As it turns out, I've known you your whole life, Elizabeth. I've been watching over you since you were 12 years old. Finn, this is a little creepy. I've loved you since I laid eyes on you.
You're right, Matt. He should know her. Right? He
I
should
mean,
know her.
unless Reiko was having an affair with
There's
Jeff
no
Weber.
well, maybe that's the case. Maybe. Because Elizabeth said stay away from my dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
But I can't, it does stand to reason that he should know her. I'm sure Doctors Without Borders is some little island that you're not even supposed to be able to find on a map. How are you not going to know each other?
mm-hmm.
And your children and people's children? You would be like a little village. You would be connected.
Ben
You know what
did
I'm saying?
Doctors Without Borders?
Yeah.
And that's what they kept on saying Jeff Weber was doing?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the connection. See,
Yes. They were
everybody
on
criticizes
the
this show.
Mariana Islands at the same time.
Everybody criticizes this show, saying, "Oh my God, how come they're sticking Finn into Elizabeth's thing? This was Elizabeth's thing, but now Reiko's involved, blah, 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 blah." The connection was there from the very beginning. It's these brilliant writers that looked at the connections between characters and said, what do they share? How can we write a story about it? And they did.
They did.
And they
yes.
did.
But it does stand to reason that, her being a teenager, and they showed a picture of her and Sarah. You remember the picture she got out of the photo album?
Yeah.
Well, it's dated it's got something on the back.
Yeah.
It says Mariana Islands, 1997.
Yeah.
So they were 15, 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The girls were. When she pushed, when she was there, when Reiko went down the stairs.
Right.
So they are writing a story, but like I said, though, just seemed like Finn should know Elizabeth already. Should have been, when he showed up.
Sure, that Elizabeth. Oh my God.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe, huh? Even though she looks freaking the same, the photo. Yeah, she looks younger. She looks like a Rebecca Herbst from 20 years ago. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
But it's clearly her. She don't look that different.
Right. Hey, Mari. Oh my gosh. Forget Finn. Where's Roxy? I don't know. In her terrarium. Hanging out with Violet.
Well, now that he's got Violet and he's got whatever, and he's got a daddy now, and he got a brother, and he's got Elizabeth, Roxy, he don't depend on her so much. Victoria says, I don't think Liz and Finn's relationship is going to survive this. And I'm inclined to agree with you, Victoria. I think the reason why Finn has latched onto this so much is, when I'm a healer, I can't just walk away from somebody who needs my help. And secondly, they haven't boned yet, and he can't walk away until that happens. Well, and I'm all for them splitting up, because I just think they're dry toast, okay? They are dry toast.
They don't even have butter.
No, they don't.
They don't even have butter. Brando and Sasha have butter.
They're
the reason why we're so sad, we're so tired of seeing Sasha suffer, is because Sophia Matson's so good at it that you don't ever stop feeling bad for her. Like with some actors, some characters, if they were to do that to somebody who can't bring it like Sophia Matson does, eventually you would get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm just tired. Like, I'm not invested or engaged in this anymore. I'm just tired of seeing it. Mm-hmm. But with her, your heart breaks continually every time, to a point where you're just like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let her have something.
Yeah. Well, Diane can't file a contingent now because she already got hooked. She's not going to be able to help her.
Nope.
Nah, somebody else is going to have to step in.
That means Sasha's going to have to go to jail, and we're going to have Spencer and Sasha bonding in person.
No, Scotty needs to come back, take care of it.
I'm busy saving the whales. Finn needs a whole different storyline, more with Violet. He shines with that kid. That's because Violet's amazing.
I agree.
Violet makes everybody shine.
I enjoy him the most when he is with Violet.
Dion wants to know what we think of Linda Pearl's role itself. It's fine. I think that she's nailing it. I think she's the perfect Jacksonville Karen.
Unfortunately, I believe that there's plenty of people out there still that act like that.
Of course.
So
this isn't fantasy. This is based in reality. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey,
it's interesting. It's Linda Pearl, though.
I don't really know who she is or what she's from. I've heard the name Linda Pearl, but I don't know what, why, or where. But like I said a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, anytime somebody comes onto the show and they've had work done, I know that they have done something.
Yeah. Well, the character we're supposed to hate her, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
She's very hateable. We're supposed to hate her. We're supposed to hate everything about her. We're supposed to hate everything she stands for. And she'll be short-lived. We're not going to have to put up with her long. Carly's going to take care of her.
Carly's going to murder this woman, Ma?
Oh, I just don't think sure. I think
okay. Now that we're really talking about it,
put her in her place and stop the graveyard thing. And that's
struck my brain.
What, babe? What?
It's a reference from the movie Hook.
Okay.
Anyway. While they were talking, Linda Pearl and Carly, Mrs. Honeycutt and Carly, and she was like Caroline, right? And then Carly was like, "It's Carly now."
Mm-hmm.
And I had this moment of like, ooh, because isn't that like the nickname or something? Like she stole the identity of Carly.
Yes, yes, the girl's name was Reese, evidently, but
Yeah.
she had a nickname of Carly.
Right. And so
Yes.
how do you say, oh, it's Carly now, when that is the identity that you stole, essentially?
Well, perhaps, but at the same time, though, Carly is short for Caroline.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it is.
Hmm. I've never met any Carolines in real life.
No, you only know a Carolyn, huh?
I know a Carolyn, but not a Caroline.
Yeah, I don't know Caroline
Caroline.
either. It's a very southern name,
Little
Caroline.
Pearl spent a season on Happy Days and Matlock. Um, it is a very southern name.
Oh.
Because Carolina, you know.
Hmm.
Linda was on Matlock. Matlock.
But didn't she do a movie or two?
Probably.
Seems like it.
Probably. People
I
do
do, but
movies.
yeah, I would know her from Happy Days for sure because I didn't watch all that mess. I was in high school when Happy Days was on.
Hey.
When Happy Days came on, I was a freshman in high school and I had a yellow T-shirt on. I had a yellow T-shirt that had Henry Winkler doing this, and it said "Hey," the font underneath it.
Hey.
Of course, I do not have that T-shirt any longer.
Oh, Gladys will be a victim. Close your mouth right now, Daisy. Sorry. Dare you? How dare you? Hey, people are excited, Ma. People are excited because of Valentine and Anna sitting in front of a fire. Being
Valentin and Anna were so damn cute this week. When he was about to sneeze and she cupped his face,
yeah.
oh my gosh, over his nose and over his mouth like
Uh-huh.
this. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was so funny. And they were so cute. And I just felt like Finola was just having so much fun.
Yeah.
Both of them actually.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. And I love Lucy too.
Do,
Um,
do, do,
Lucy
do,
was
do,
in
do,
she
do,
was
do,
in
do,
she
do.
was in Lucy form when she went up to Uncle Victor and started rubbing his lapels and stuff. Oh, that is reminiscent Lucy of what she used to be like.
Maybe we need to. Well, I don't
A
know. Maybe it is time
manipulator
to
and
pull
a homewrecker.
Lucy away from this. I
But
don't
I
know.
think it's a little dangerous for her though. I don't think that Anna and Valentine should have took off and went back to Pier 54. I
Mm-mm.
don't. And kind of told her, if you stay, your goose is cooked if your goose is cooked, basically. Um, I don't think they should have left her there because Victor's just so creepy. And the first few scenes she had with him when she was at the bar and he was coming up behind her,
Mm-hmm.
she was like you could see her face. She's creeped out as all get out, and he is creepy as all get out, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
so
accent and the
gross.
fact that he can give her bracelets
Ugh,
and anything she wants, and Marty Gray is running away hiding from ex-wives and not taking care of such a beautiful specimen.
he is so nasty.
But
Nasty.
this, you know what this means though? This means that we're gonna get some Charles Shaughnessy, Michael E. Knight scenes together, and
I
those
hope so.
should be fun.
I hope so. I hope so. Ugh, but he's so creepy. Ugh. I'd rather never be touched again intimately. Ever.
Then to deal with that. Ooh,
To deal with
Leanne with the
that.
hot spoilers in the chat. If you want a hot spoiler, check out the chat. Hot spoiler.
Oh, don't tell me.
Let's see.
Tiny spoiler, yeah. Hot spoiler, no.
Nah, hot spoiler, hot spoiler. It's a hot spoiler if you're not following the news. Let's see here. Loved old school Lucy coming back, says Chandra. She can hold her own. I mean, she hooked Alan Quartermain.
Yes, you did. But
It got it wound up with the deciding vote in case of a tie.
yeah, that's true. So I do think, but she seemed pretty confident. I don't want to be rescued. But Anna was feeling very, very guilty. She knows how dangerous Uncle Victor can be. And she had, set her up to be in
Mm-hmm.
danger. And it was kind of like Anna was feeling, okay, this has gone too far.
Yeah. They were talking about pulling her out.
Especially when the boat took off.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask her if she wanted to go for a ride.
Mm-mm.
The boat just started moving. He's creepy. Yeah.
I take what I want. I'm a Cassadine. Now won't you, Lucy? Won't you now? Oh, goodness gracious, Victor.
But yeah, I did love Anna and Valentin together, working together.
Get
They,
distracted by hormones rather than going after the bad guy. Hey,
I
whatever.
think they're, I think they're gonna finally
I
do
think they're building up
something
to a big
more.
hooker scene for the nurse's ball, says Leanne. I hope there's a nurse's ball. I don't think there is, though.
No, not this
We're a little
fall.
late. We're a little late. Maybe Christmas time hooking. Just hanging out somewhere in the Port Charles red light district.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if the hooker was still out there at Christmas time and they started wearing a Santa suit?
Or the
Oh,
hooker's out there and then Santa
crazy.
Claus beats him. Like, he's out there, he's about to attack somebody. And then, like, Violet's like, no, no. Like, Violet's there, right? She's like, no, Santa, Santa, save us. And then Santa shows up and he stops the hooker, shoves the hooker into the bag, hops back onto his sleigh, and gets the hell out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not? Why not?
Oh, but
Stranger things have happened on Days of
and,
Our
and
Lives.
I mentioned this right before they started using it a couple of months ago. I love all the stuff on the Haunted Star.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good
I
stuff.
do. It reminds me of Luke. That
Mm-hmm.
was his big hangout spot the last couple of years he was on the show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Haunted Star. It's very classic, classic set.
Especially the last couple of years he
Well,
was on the
it's
show. He
like
was
not.
actually living on the Haunted
Well, it's
Star.
not very seaworthy anymore, though. Like, they don't really ever take it out anywhere. I think Anna or Alex was the last person to actually take it out onto the ocean, and then she got shot and thrown into the ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't go off port very often. But I guess technically who owns it now? Still Lulu, right?
Yeah, yeah. Lulu. Well, I mean, whoever's in charge of Lulu's estate, I would guess.
Yes.
So Dante?
Well, I'm sure, and the Cassadines aren't going to let that thing fall apart
No.
because that's Nicholas's little sister.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Alyssa warns us that the algorithm is gonna flag us for saying hooker so many times. I think General Hospital has officially dubbed them the Hook Killer.
Yeah,
But the hooker's better.
it is. It's funnier, but you're right. That could happen, right, Matt?
Yeah,
Could have happened.
yeah.
Oh,
Chandra
wait.
says that she wishes somebody would finish watching the video that Helena sent. The USB is probably still plugged into the back of the TV. That has the answer. It's Helena sent the Hook Killer.
Well, and they'd probably know what Victor's plans were if they would finish watching it too.
Laura's in cahoots with Victor. That's why she turned the video off.
Hey, that's funny.
Oh, goodness gracious! Well, Leanne bringing us the real life, the real news from the real world when it comes to casino boats. And even if they aren't ever taken out onto the ocean, they must always remain seaworthy in the eyes of the government.
Oh,
Well, there
there
we
you
go.
go.
There we go.
There
There's
you
the answer to that. Somebody has invested the time into that. Ma, you want to spend the last couple of minutes talking about dreams about Chase.
Oh my gosh.
So we saw. So I fell for it. Okay,
Yeah.
I fell in. I
I
fell
fell
into the
for
hole.
it too.
Because there was this picture that General Hospital shared, a couple of them, of Chase in this uh,
Horrid
Billy,
get up.
geez, just 80s glam rock.
It wasn't even that. It was really
David Bowie,
David Bowie reminiscent.
David Bowie, Queen,
Well, Queen didn't look all, no,
Elton John.
and you can't really say Kiss either.
I'm still standing.
Anyway, I was just so relieved it was a dream.
It was all a dream. Thank God.
Thank
God.
goodness
But
it
I fell
was.
for it. I fell for it. General Hospital shared these pictures, and I took one and I shared it, and I said, "What the heck are they doing?" And most of you were like, "Yeah." And then there were some people like, "Oh my God, I love this story. It's my favorite story of all time. You're an idiot, right?"
Well,
Twitter.
well, the outfit was just so bad. The blue sparkles around his eyes were bad.
For
It was
me,
all
for
bad.
me, for me, for me, just for me, dog.
Uh-huh.
It was the eye makeup that ruined the whole thing. If that eye makeup had been on point, I could have accepted maybe this concept.
Yeah, it looks like our Ellie, 5 years old, came over to him
It's
and
like somebody
batted
just
some
went like
glitter on
rubbed
his
some
palm.
gray on the corners of his eyes. We're like, oh yeah, glam
It was
star.
not good. I was so grateful it was a dream. And at that same time, though, that's BLQ's dream. Girl, really? That's what you want?
I
Damn.
mean, that's what gets your motor running, BLQ. Like
Woohoo.
it's
What
something for
is
David
what?
Bowie. She mentioned David Bowie to her father in a previous episode, right? I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Like he's like, oh, your crush on Sean Cassidy, and she's like, it was David Bowie, Dad. Um,
And what was the other thing that he had?
I don't know,
David Bowie
Lissa.
at the
His
time?
eyes looked pretty dead in those pictures. Anyway, I'm sorry. What's up? What's up, Mom?
David Bowie had another starred something that he called himself when he
Z
was
Stardust.
yes, when he was very ornate.
It
He
looks like
had
a watered down adamant.
yeah, you're right.
Chandra bringing the truth. Oh gosh.
Well, thank goodness they didn't give him flock of seagulls hair. Good
Oh
grief.
God. Oh God. So thank God, yeah. But it just goes to wonder what are they going to try to put him in when he does an actual performance. I really kind of wanted Curtis to go. This song style doesn't match my club. I'm not going to book him. I thought that would have been fun. Um,
Well, Selena really, really wants him to listen because she wants to have some leverage with Sonny.
yes.
And she's going to ask him for something now.
Right, because yeah, that's exactly it. She was just waiting for the moment for Sunny to ask her for something, so she can be like, "Well, now that I've done this for you, this
Exactly.
is what I need you to do for me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cop rock. Daisy. Oh,
Dress up
goodness.
like the Village People cop, huh?
Oh.
My gosh. Well, that would be the most, if there was anything more ridiculous than what that would be it. Then
That
what
would
we've
be it.
always
If Chase were to get a couple of
closed.
PCPD officers, you get Rory up there, you get Dante up there, and they just one's dressed as the Indian and the other one's
Oh,
dressed as
yeah.
the
Well, they
construction
could
worker.
all, yeah. And they could do like, back when they had the same kind of crew there. They had the same crew there at the nurses' ball one time, and they all had rip-away pants on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the first time I referred to Chad Duell as a tube of toothpaste.
Oh my
Nobody
God.
had a booty except for Taquan, who was the original TJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I remember well.
Yeah.
I remember very well. I do. I do. I do. Oh gosh.
So
You
what else
know,
did you talk about?
I mean, that was pretty much it. That was the week.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
It was the week.
We hit Sasha, we hit Diane,
I mean, at
talked
this
about
point,
Sonny, talked about Laura,
just
and
bowing
talked about
down to
Carla.
Sasha, Sophia Matson. We can
Yeah.
only say the same things about you every single week. You're great. You're amazing. You're wonderful. I hope you win an Emmy. I guess the only thing next I can say about it is I hope you get to do stuff where you don't have to cry.
Yeah.
She fell. And then Gladys, I mean, that whole scene, and then Stella coming in and then praying with the family, which I guess was a good thing. It was a good move on General Hospital's part. That was a very well received scene and very authentic to life, is what I saw people saying.
I think so too. Very authentic to life. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sasha's next love interest would probably be Cody. Oh man, I need Sasha to not be in love with anybody. I need her to be in love with herself. That's what I need. I think Sasha's next love interest should be Sasha.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
I want the hook killer to get burned. I want the hook killer to actually get Dex because he's just a herring. We all know it ain't him. Even though they're trying
You
to make
hate Dex. You are not taking to Dex.
no, I
You're
don't.
not taking to Dex at all. That's all right.
Even though I do enjoy his scenes with Jocelyn, I think they have some chemistry. But outside of his scenes with Joss, I don't like him very much. Probably because he's a double crosser, and they've already told me that, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
We're not going to kill Miss Wu. Don't worry about it, Chandra. She's going to be around for a little while. And then Leanne says, we still need a new face of deception. I vote for Nika.
I like the idea of Nika too, but I think it's going to be Trina. I do.
Okay. That's a very different career path for Trina because she wants to be an art broker.
But she's not going to be invested in the company the way Sasha has been.
She's just going to fall into it. They're going to be like, we need you real quick. You, come here.
Yeah, well, I think, because you can be just a model for deception, the face of deception. You don't have to be on all the board meetings.
No, it just doesn't seem Trina's speed for me. I just don't see her going, I want to be a model. This is what I want. This is a dream come true. But hey, it's a soap. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dex the double-crossed her. Cheeky fella. All right. All right. That's it. I'm getting on the elevator.
Are you getting on the
I'm
elevator?
getting on the elevator. We talked about it. We go. I mean, at this point, with all the tension in the air, the only thing I can do is just sit and wait to see if Diane dies.
Frank Valentini? You better not.
Frank Valentini, I know you're watching. My mother will be
Frank
very
Valentini.
displeased. She will not send you a 10th floor mug, which you can find at the link in the description of this video.
You sure can, you guys. Got plenty of them. In fact, I bought myself a new supply of mossy balls lately. Yes, I
Comes with free
did.
mossy ball. Order one. It's in the link in the description. While you're down there looking at the description, finding the link, you can also hit the like button. You can hit the subscribe button. And as a matter of fact, I encourage you to do so. Also, below that description with the link in it that will take you to the website where you can get a 10th floor mug is also a little text box where you can write a comment and be like, Matt and Kat, you're great. Like Tony the Tiger,
Yeah.
Whatever inspires you. Also, share it, says Lissa. Share it. I don't know how to share YouTube, but share it. I guess there's a share thing. You can put it on your Facebook, your Twitter. Tell your friends on TikTok.
Yeah.
Instagram, all of these little social media platforms that require more attention to operate than Twitter does. Because Twitter, you pull it on, you just boom, 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 you type and you're done. With Instagram, you got to take a picture, you got to do some editing, you got to figure out what you want to present. It's a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing that.
I've never been on it.
You guys can do that for me, though.
I've never been on it. But yeah, you guys, you could help us out in that way, right?
Yeah, do all that. Share the content. Share the love. Tell everybody about the 10th floor. Let's make it so it becomes a fire hazard up here. So the fire marshal of Port Charles has to go, no, take it to the roof. Over capacity. All right. Well, in the meantime, enjoy 10th floor. Enjoy General Hospital. Enjoy each other. Go to find those other podcasts out there. Give them a listen. That's all. I'm going to go back in the elevator. I'm going to go back down to the first floor and get the heck out of here. I'm going to go into my car and turn my radio to previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find on all of your podcasting platforms, plus right here on YouTube that you've liked, subscribed, and commented on. I'm going to go spend some time with my family. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kat.
And we'll see you right here next time on the 10th floor.